We got the tweet last night from Ross Kivett. That means good news is coming. The question is when? Make sure you hit the like, that share, that subscribe on here. Thank you guys so much for your support. Tennessee baseball, of course, the portal, new names are emerging every day on here. Last night, I can't remember what time it was, but Ross Kivett put out the tweet. Everybody that follows Tennessee baseball knows what that means. That means good news is coming. The question is, when is it? I saw Eric Kane of VolQuest.com. He said it doesn't necessarily mean the commitment was going to be announced last night. They were going to give the time. And, so the speculation started on it. And one that people speculated about the most is Henry Ford from Virginia, first baseman. Now, the thing with him, if you get him to campus, it's huge. It would be absolutely huge if you can get him to campus. He's listed, though, one of the most recent that I've seen says he's ranked the number 79 overall prospect in the draft. He is draft eligible. Based on all the compensation picks and all that, that puts him worst case third round, possibly even higher. To me, now with him, though, it may not be as much of a risk because he's got 2 years of eligibility left. He could. I've seen some people say, and I don't know how valid this is, how message boards are, but I've seen people say that if he's not a first rounder, he's going to college. That could work for him because he's got 2 years of eligibility left. All right, he comes to Tennessee, has a big year again, increases his stock. Next year, he still has that leverage because he would have a year left. He could possibly move up even higher next year, get a good bonus, get a better starting salary because that's going to be based on where you're picked at. He is a guy who could benefit from it. Again, third round, worst case with it. Now, I would imagine there's a number as well. A lot of these guys have a number, and if it gets met, they'll take it a lot of times. But we see those instances too, like Ryan Prager from Texas A&M. Last year was drafted third round by the Angels. He turned it down and come back to A&M, and I don't know that he benefits from it, if any. And I'm not sure what I'm thinking. He's a senior. If he's a senior, he must have gotten some good NIL to come back because his bonus, if he is a senior, as I think he is, his bonus is going to suffer a lot because he has no leverage now. Looking at it as well, if you get Ford in the equation, of course, he is a first baseman. So, you go from there. Looks like Prager was a redshirt junior, so he may still have some leverage there. But anywho, get Ford. If you get him in the equation, Eric King, VolQuest.com has said Tennessee feels good about it. Now, we've seen that too with Aiden Robbins of Seton Hall. He ends up going to Texas. I think Tennessee, for the most part, if they get guys on campus, are going to feel pretty good about their chances. The thing is, some of these turn into big boy battles, like Jaron Advincula. He's the Cal infielder. Talk about him. I've seen that Tennessee feels good about it. Pete Nakos put out last night that it's a Tennessee, Arkansas, LSU battle. That's pretty much, I would throw Texas in there. That's probably about your top four programs going right now. And Tennessee, most of their portal battles are against, you're seeing Texas A&M, Arkansas, LSU in there. I mentioned Chris Hakopian yesterday from Maryland. He did commit to Texas A&M today. And, some of those that I've seen around Tennessee, that there's some people on like the VolQuest board that have some inside info in the program. I don't know what. I'm not going to ask them. It's, they provide some info. But Kane and some of the people on the board have all said that they think that was more of an agent play for more money, that they had not heard Tennessee heavily involved with Hakopian. So, he would have been a great guy to get, but still, you're looking at right now, either Manny Barron or Ariel Antigua as your shortstop next year. I don't really know that you need a shortstop, to be honest with you, but I don't think you turn down the right one either. Advincula, second baseman, he would be, a great fit. That is a hole that I feel needs to be fit. If you get Ford at first base, there's numerous guys I think that can play first base, but there's versatility. And with this 34-man roster, and we'll talk more about this in a minute, versatility is going to be key. Versatility is going to be key because you're pretty much going to need every guy to contribute on the team next year. And that brings me to two visitors that was reported today. I don't know who originally reported it. I know Eric Kane of VolQuest.com has got an article out. I'm sure McKee, Wilson, Shumpert was probably on it as well. But Tennessee, and it come out last night, some people, in the know, said it. Blaine Brown, he's a two-way guy from Rice. Now, he's an interesting prospect here. He's a lefty, left-handed hitter, left-handed batter along the way. So this past season, he hit 292. He was all AAC, excuse me, not ACC, AAC. He was an all-freshman. He mainly DH'd for Rice. He is listed as an outfielder / pitcher, okay? Talked about this. These two-way guys, they're going to be more, to me, of a priority, more of not just a luxury, but possibly a necessity now with these 34 roster limits. And Tennessee's got some on the roster. I'm trying to pull the roster up as I go here. But Blaine Brown, as a hitter this past season, the pitching stats are something else here. So I'll get to that here in a minute. But hitting, he was 292 in 54 games, 10 home runs, 38 RBIs, on base 362, slugging 493. So he would add an OPS of 855. Stolen bases, he stole 5, 21 walks, 12 doubles, 61 hits, 34 runs scored on the year. 41 strikeouts, 41 in 209 appearances. I mean, that's roughly 1 every 5 at-bats. Not too bad, really, not too bad. But looking at him, and again, he can pitch, and it's said he can get up to the high 90s, but I'm curious on this one, though, because is Tennessee recruiting him as an outfielder, possibly a DH, as he played a lot this year? Could they use him as a pitcher? So pitching numbers, all right, he made 7 appearances, started 4 games, it says. He was 0-1, a 20.77 ERA, 4 1/3 innings pitched in 7 appearances, 9 hits, 13 runs, 10 earned, 12 walks, 6 strikeouts. Opponents hit 391. He had 1 wild pitch, 2 hit by pitch. That's pretty rough numbers. Let's be honest about that. That's pretty rough numbers. But is that something that maybe Tennessee sees we can work with him some? Maybe let him throw some midweek a little bit if needed. But I have to think, based on the stats, that he's mainly going to be recruited as a hitter. And I saw it today in one of the publications. I can't remember which one it is. You see a lot of them around. There's Baseball America, of course. There's On3. And the one I saw today had Brown, the number 10 player in the portal right now. So he's pretty highly thought of. And, he would be, and there's some people really high on him. So I think you got to take the pitching with a grain of salt, and I think you look at that hitting numbers. And again, if it's a guy that can get it up in the high 90s, Frank Anderson, get him in, work with him. Maybe you can get – control seemed to be the biggest issue for him, those walks. Those walks were very high. But, this past season too, Tanner Franklin come in averaging at Kennesaw State a walk per inning. And he was not nearly that. His control was pretty good this year for the most, sometimes too good in some games. But, this would be, so could it be Brown because he's been visiting? Could he be the Ross Kivett tweet? And then there's DJ Newman, another Bowling Green guy, another two-way guy this year. Says he did DH some last year, played some outfield. Evidently, he's a pretty good pitcher, but each of the last 2 years, his pitching has gotten cut short with injuries, and I'm not sure to the extent. I'm not seeing what the injuries are or were, but his numbers though each season, 23, 24, and 25. So it looks like he would have a year of eligibility left. And based on what I'm seeing too, he's draft eligible. So I don't know where he rates as far as prospects go, but his ERA each year has been under 4. It's a cumulative 3.60 ERA, just over his time, over his 3 years. 3.60, he's 7-4 record, 27 appearances, 15 games started, 85 innings pitched, 78 hits, 34 earned runs, 91 strikeouts to 19 walks. Opponents hit 248 against him during those years. Pretty good numbers. And then hitting-wise this past season, and he just played in 25 games, but he hit 419, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. In 2024, he played 35 games, hit 371 with 10 home runs, 37 RBIs. And even his freshman year, he hit 383, 1 home run, 11 RBIs during that time. So the power kind of fluctuated a little bit, it seems, but he didn't play in as many games in 25 either. But that batting average, again, that's something that's standing out to me is all these guys that are bringing in have pretty good averages. Now, Brown, the Rice guy, is 292. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's been on the lower end of what I've seen. But again, I'll look at it too. Two-way guys now almost are a necessity. They really are. It's before a premium, and we've not really seen anybody go two-way. I mean, we've got right now, I'm trying to see. It was Braden Sharp. Braden Sharp come in out of Texas, outfielder, left-handed pitcher. Now looking at him too, but he's in the. Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, Braden Sharp's in the portal right now, if I'm not mistaken. I get confused on it because there's Braden Sharp and there's Braden May also. I honestly thought it was Braden May that was in the portal and not Braden Sharp. I'm not sure if this is right or not. I have to check on that one. But anyhow, we're looking at two-way guys. I mean, one of the last guys I can remember that did it a little bit was Drew Gilbert, and then he ended up just focusing on being a center fielder at that point. But there was some times where he threw some in relief also. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we see it again. Still trying to find it. I really think it's Braden May that's in the portal and not Braden Sharp. But something to debate here. I know I've talked about it, but I get confused on it too, because Sharp would seem to me like a pretty ideal guy for your roster, him being able to play the outfield and a relief pitcher and left-handed at that. So, something that, because it's listed on here, it says right-handed pitcher, Braden Sharp. Well, he's not right-handed. He's left-handed. So that leads me to believe it's actually Braden May who is in. But anyhow, while I'm on that, no, it is Braden Sharp. Okay. All right. So I'm wrong on that one. It is definitely him that's in the portal here. All right, my fault on it. I went on a tangent for nothing there. So Braden May is still in. Looking at guys on Tennessee's current roster, I mean, there's not really any more two-way guys on the roster right now. Now there could possibly be some coming in if a guy like Cruz Schoolcraft makes it in, which I've seen there's starting to be some confidence on that. He could be a two-way guy. Possibly. But, these guys that are rated highly for the draft, I'm not getting my hopes up until it actually happens. But if there's any more news tonight, I'll try to get it to you later on. And I'm sure you guys will see it too, because I'll be out for a while tonight. But I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. I'll see you when I see you.